Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this in one go, so if I stumble over my words going forwards, I apologise in advance. And I should also say that the quality of this video probably won't be that great, but sadly it cannot be helped. If there's any lag, hopefully it's not too much of an issue for you. So, excuse me. It's been a little while since my last video. That's mainly because I've been focusing on my final postgraduate university work, so I've been busy with that. But I do have a little bit of time now to film a video, and just to let you know that this video is another Eurovision 2020 update of sorts, because we do have a little bit more information since my last update, which was about a month ago. I'm also going to be making a video very soon about this year's Junior Eurovision, once we know the running order, and my thoughts on the songs. And then, excuse me, I'll be making a video where I review this year's Junior Eurovision. It's looking like Poland and France again, but I think Spain are in with a very good chance of winning as well. And Ireland's very underrated in this year's competition, it would seem. But anyway, that's all for another video. Today's video is all about Eurovision 2020. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. There'll also be links in the description below to my other social media pages. So I have some information in front of me, just to make sure I don't forget anything. There's no point really going over what I've mentioned in previous videos, because we all know it. We know next year's host city is Rotterdam in the Netherlands. We know the contest will be staged on the 12th, 14th and 16th of May 2020. We know that the Ahoy in Rotterdam is the venue. We now know, and this was only announced earlier today, that 41 countries once again will participate in the song contest. There is no room for Montenegro and Hungary. A real shame. Montenegro, their broadcaster, I believe, about a week ago at the time of recording this video, said that they were going to withdraw. Then I read some news about financial difficulties, which is an issue for a lot of non-participating countries in Eurovision. But only today has it been absolutely confirmed. It is official. Montenegro will not be in Eurovision 2020. I can't say I'm surprised. I can't imagine that Eurovision is massively popular in Montenegro, considering that their qualification record is very poor. However, hopefully they'll be back in 2021. As for Hungary, well, not so long ago the broadcaster said that ADAL, which has been the national selection for Hungary for a number of years with middling success, wasn't going to be used for Eurovision anymore, because they wanted to focus on the Hungarian pop music scene more than anything else. Fair enough. And then Eurovision fans started thinking that Hungary were going to go internal. Not the case. They've withdrawn. Of course, they didn't qualify in Tel Aviv this year. That probably played a part as to why the Hungarian team and the Hungarian broadcaster didn't want to feature in Rotterdam next year. It's a real shame, because I feel as though Hungary gives us diversity, or certainly has given us some very diverse entries over the past 10 years, but now they're not going to be in next year's competition. That's a real shame. And if you're Hungarian, let me know your thoughts on this. What we do have is Bulgaria and Ukraine returning. More on that in just a moment. So we also know that the slogan of next year's competition is "Open Up." And I watched a video a couple of weeks ago when this slogan was announced, and the guy in it said it's going to be really difficult in a few years to have slogans for the contest, because most of the good ones have already been used. We've had Join Us and Building Bridges and Come Together in the past couple of years. Every year it's something fairly generic, and you're going to run out of some slogans before you know it. So I don't really see the point of it. It's mainly for merchandise uses, I guess. But anyway, Open Up is the theme, except Hungary and Montenegro have said, we don't want to be a part of that, screw you. So, what have we got here? 41 countries. Albania, they're going to use their tried and tested format, Festival Yengesh 58. We do know the musicians involved, people such as Boykin Lako, he's back, Elvana Giata, who I believe is one of Albania's biggest stars, and there are rumours that, I'm not sure exactly the circumstances of it, I only read it very briefly, but something to do with people in Albania have already decided, I think it's her, that she will win the Albanian selection. I can't quite remember, you'll probably know better than me. It was about a week or two ago when I saw this, but controversy already in the Eurovision 2020 pre-season, shall we say. You've also got musicians such as Genç Tukici, Castro Zizzo. Alta Boca is back. She was very young at the 2008 competition. I'm really looking forward to hearing her song. All of these songs, I assume, will be completely in Albanian. We've also got Valon Shehu, Eli Farah and Stresi. The whole list is here in front of me, and the song titles, the composers, and the songs themselves will all be revealed possibly before the end of this month, because it's just before Christmas when Albania selects its entry. Armenia we know nothing about. Australia, they're having a national final. We know two of the musicians involved. Casey Donovan, who is a 31-year-old female musician from Sydney. She was on Australian Idol a long time ago. She's only had one album, and that was well over a decade ago. But I think she's got quite an impressive voice. I think I listened to one of her songs not so long ago. Can't quite remember. We also have Vanessa Amorosi, who had a pretty big hit a long time ago, including here in the UK, with what's the title of it? Absolutely Everybody. That's the name of it. There she is. She's 38, from Melbourne. She's had a fairly successful career. Released an album this year, apparently. Her first release in a decade. We don't know the name of her song. Casey Donovan's entry is called Proud. And more Australian musicians will be revealed in due course, so it's worth keeping an eye on that. Austria, Azerbaijan, Belarus, we don't know. We know that Belgium have Hooverphonic, but we don't know anything about the song just yet, apart from the fact it's in English. Should say Australia will pick their entry on the 8th of February. Belgium will reveal their song in February as well. Bulgaria very soon will announce their musician, 25th of November. Something's telling me it's going to be a musician that we're already familiar with. Possibly Christian Kostov is back. Who knows? Polygenova for a third time. Who knows? Croatia are having their national final on the 29th of February. Cyprus, we don't know. Czech Republic were going to have a televised show. That's not happening, and their head of delegation has left as a result. It's now going to be an online show on the 25th of January. The songs might be revealed before the end of the year, hopefully so. Denmark, 7th of March for Dansk Melodi Grand Prix. Estonia, more on them in a minute. Finland, 7th of March. Can't quite recall how their national final is going to work, but it doesn't really matter at this moment in time. Georgia are using Georgian Idol. Greece, we don't know, but Kalamira, who represented her country in 2008, might be back. Iceland, 29th of February. I'm sure that there's a rejuvenated interest in Eurovision in Iceland after this year's top 10 finish. Ireland and Israel, we don't know, but Israel will be using their tried and tested format. Latvia, 8th of February. Lithuania at some point in February. Malta are using X Factor Malta, I believe. 8th of February for that. Moldova, we don't know, but possibly internal this time around. North Macedonia, no details yet. Norway are having a massive national selection for Melodi Grand Prix. It's going to be all over Norway, I believe. Various songs from various different areas of the country. Can't quite remember how it's going to be structured, but I did read the other day that the final is not going to be in Oslo, it's going to be in Trondheim, and it's the first time in 30-something years that the Norwegian selection show for Eurovision is not going to be held in Oslo. So they're really taking it very seriously this year, spreading it about, and I'm looking forward to it. I think Norway, without knowing the slightest thing about what they've got planned, I think they're contenders for Eurovision 2020. 15th of February. Poland, we don't know. Portugal, we know the songwriters involved. 7th of March. And Some of the songwriters, I'm sure, will be the act in question. One such songwriter, or songwriters, is the band Blasted Mechanism, who dress up as aliens when they perform. So keep an eye on that one. Romania, Russia, San Marino, Serbia, Slovenia, we don't know. We do know a little bit about Slovenia because they're having a sort of pre-selection before the selection, which is called EMA Fresh. And it's a whole bunch of musicians, and there's various duels. Stella, Unite, Martina, Clarity, and Petra Sheglar have all won their duels so far. There's another one today between Parvani Violet and Sara Petasic. We also have Sashka, Lyudmila Freli, Alfirev, Nusha, Plibershek, Marmaris, and Hlana Hrvatin. They're all involved. And then there's going to be some other shows. And then there's actually going to be the Slovenian national selection. It's a bit long-winded, but clearly they want to change things up. Sweden, 7th of March. We will find out the Melodifestivalen participants very soon. I'll be making a video about that, all being well. Carola is likely to be involved. Erik Saade, Robin Bengtsson could be back. A lot of returning musicians. One or two other names I can't quite remember. No news on people like Victoria, Lisa Ajax, Nano. We don't know anything about them. Switzerland, nothing yet. Ukraine, 22nd of February. And then, of course, the automatic finalists. France, Germany, we don't really know too much about that. Netherlands, no rumoured names for a little while. Spain have Blas Canto, as we know. The UK are going internal, but no details yet. Italy, 8th of February for the San Remo Festival final. And apparently it's now in the rules of that festival that you must say that you want to do Eurovision before you agree to do San Remo, so that there's no long wait, potentially, once you've won the festival, the broadcaster waiting to find out if you want to do it or not. So that's the situation there. But Estonia, I haven't seen this. Eesti Laul is back. I thought that I would do a little sort of reaction in this video before finishing up. Hopefully the quality isn't too bad. But anyway, Eesti Laul 2020, the final is going to be on the 29th of February, but two semi-finals earlier that month. The first batch of musicians for Eesti Laul 2020 was revealed a very short time ago at the time of recording this video, and I'm just going to take a look at the names for the very first time. I don't think the songs have been revealed. That would be interesting if they have. I think it's just the songs in terms of titles and musicians and songwriters. Yes, so here we go. You'll probably already know these, of course. We have Beautiful Lie by Jakub Twisk, who's also written it. Never heard of this musician. We have... oh, excuse me. We have Lilo by Kruv. Now, they've been in Eesti Laul before, didn't make the final. It was a bit of a silly song that they had. Break Me by Laura. She's back again for what must be the 1,000,000th time in Eesti Laul. Break Me is the name of the song. She's co-written it. Do we really want her at Eurovision again? I don't know. She usually has fairly good songs, though. Without a Reason by Little Mess. Tanya, who represented her country in 2014, has co-written this. And I'm guessing that's a band. Unistustes, which means In Dreams, by Marilis Joigeva. Don't know anything about her. Young by Rasmus Randvi. Finished third a couple of years ago in Eesti Laul. And the song's called Young. He's co-written it. He's a contender. Videomang, Video Game by Renate. Don't really know anything about him. Out in Space by Shira. No idea. By My Side by Stefan. Well, he has been in Eesti Laul. I think it was this year, was it not? This year or last year, can't quite remember. That's an interesting choice. Traffic. Oh, wow. Wow. That's amazing. It's in Estonian too. Üks kord veel. One More Time. Victor Krona has written it. So's Fred Krieger, Valo Kikas, and Stig Rasta. That's a contender, but it's in Estonian. Traffic have been in Estilau loads of times. That is one to keep an eye on. What Love Is by Ukusuviste. He's been in Estilau before. Pretty Little Liar was his entry this year that finished second, I believe. And then Lean On Me by Ziggy Wild, which is co-written by Laura Pritz, who's been involved in Estilau as well. I will look up these other musicians in just a moment. Let me know your thoughts on this. If you're Estonian, let me know. I really am very interested to hear. Traffic are back. That's fantastic. Looking forward to hearing that song. And it's in Estonian, which is great. So, that's it. My little Eurovision 2020 update in mid-November. There'll be another one of these next month, and then in January and February and so on. Please let me know your thoughts. I genuinely am interested. What do you think about Hungary withdrawing? What do you think about Traffic and Laura being back in Estilau for 2020? What do you hope your country does for Eurovision 2020? Are you hoping that your country sends a version of Hatari with Hatrit Monsigra? Are you hoping that you send a ballad? Are you hoping that you send a band for a change? Whatever it is, let me know. And I'll be back soon with what I assume will be either a Melodifestivalen lineup reaction or talking about Junior Eurovision. Let me know your thoughts on anything at all. Feel free to check out the links to my other social media pages in the description below. Hopefully the quality hasn't been too bad. And until next time, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.